Let's see a few exercises with queries in SQL. I prepared 3 of them, and the first one is saying display the records with a total price greater than 300 from the invoices table. We do that by selecting. For now, let's use the star to select all the columns from the table and choose the table A invoices from A invoices, where the total price is greater than 300. We can see here that in invoices we have a column called total, and we will use it to filter the data. So where total is greater than 300. Run the command, and here we will see all the invoices that have a total price greater than 300. You see 532 and so on. If we selected the data from the invoices table without this filter, then we would have all the invoices, including the ones with total price under 300, which are the invoice ID 1003 and invoice ID 1000, which have total price of 205 and 285. The second exercise says to display the records that contain the word bar in the name from the materials table. We will do that also by selecting all columns from table materials, A materials, where the name contains the word bar in it. So where name, like, and here we will use a template which is percentage bar percentage, semicolon, and in this template we have the word bar, and then the percentage characters will replace any other characters that the string may have. So when selecting these materials, we will have aluminum bar and iron bar. You can see that the percentage replaced the word aluminum and the word iron from the string. And we have 2 materials with this particularity, the 4002 and 4003. Let's move on to the last exercise from the queries video and display the ID, type and name of the materials that have the same type as the material called handle. We're going to do that by selecting specific columns this time and not all the columns from the table. So we're going to select the ID, the type and the name from the table materials, A materials, as we call the table, and then use the where clause in order to filter the data. So where the type is the same as the material called handle. So where the type is equal to select type from A materials, where name equals to handle. So here we select the type of the handle material and compare it to the type of the all other materials and then display them. Selecting this, we got an error that says ID is an invalid identifier. We'll have to check the materials table. We see that we don't have an ID, it's a material ID. So we'll use material ID and then try again. We see that the material handle has the type accessories, and we selected all the accessories from the table, which are a hinge and a handle. These are the exercises that I prepared for the queries. In the next video, we are going to solve some exercises with joints.